Trading in Pokemon Go is on the way, but does the game even need it? Yes, the game needs it!
Let's do this motherfucker down!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, it's your boy MEGACRASHER, coming at you pumped up, coming at you hardcore, coming at you super aggressive, and coming at you guys back again once again with a brand new video. And the aggression is coming from the fact I still have energy left from the gym, because I pumped up my boulders for shoulders. But see, this ain't about the gym, this ain't about me, this is about an article in Pokemon Go. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are ready for rage, if you guys are ready for excitement and entertainment, then be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and let's do this, okay? Let's dive into this. So more multiplayer features are definitely coming to Pokemon Go, and it's the Pokemon Company that's confirming them this time. The Pokemon Company CEO hinted in an interview with Bloomberg that both trading and peer-to-peer battles are in the works. But at this point, some players are questioning whether Pokemon Go even needs them. Dude, like, Pokemon Go needs that shit, because here's the thing, you got two of the biggest fundamental options in Pokemon history that have yet to be in Pokemon Go. Like, dude, it's like I have been dying for trading to come in, mostly because of the fact that I want to have access to all the 100 IV Pokemon that there is to get. But also because of the fact, in the interest of fairness, there are people that want trading out there. See, here's the thing, man, is that I got some Pokemon that I want to give away, and here's the thing, is that there are Pokemon that I have yet to get that I want to give to my best friend Jason. Like, he is absolutely crazy about 100 IV Crobat, so I am clanging and banging and doing everything I can to get him that 100 IV Crobat by hammering down every single Zubat that I see. And same with the likes of Raikou at this point in time where I live in the Americas. Like, I am trying to get him 100 IV Raikou to give to him as a gift. And not to mention, when Entei comes, I want to get him 100 IV one because he loves Entei as well. Like, he's trying to do the same thing for me for Suicune. So yes, trading does need to come. And as for peer-to-peer battling, what is holding you back? Make that shit happen, man, because the thing is, I got 100 IV Pokemon, and I got a lot of high IV Pokemon that I want to have mix and match against the best Pokemon Go players there is in my area, and just have a blast and a good time battling. Whether you win or whether you lose, the main thing is that you gotta have fun. But why are there not any signs yet of peer-to-peer battling and trading? And why on earth are there people saying that's not needed? I say it is needed. But with all this said, before I blow a complete gasket and completely explode in this video, we need to keep going with this article because I have a feeling we just barely start, okay? We've only accomplished 10% of what Pokemon and Niantic are trying to do, says Ishikara. I know I butchered the pronunciation name. Please don't need choke me. When it comes to pronunciations and I'm hyped up, I don't have time for that shit, okay? So going forward, we will have to include fundamental Pokemon experiences such as Pokemon trading and peer-to-peer battling and other possibilities. See, that shit is needed, especially given the fact that this game is only 10% done. And not to mention, man, we have to have all the other generations put in, such as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a million. Not to mention, when Gen 3 comes out, I need to get my 100 IV Metagross, because that is the Pokemon that is going to drive my existence even further, man. Like, Suicune, man. Suicune is the reason I exist in Pokemon Go. There is no bones about that. But Metagross, it has a similar effect, you see, man? And I need to have that 100 IV Metagross. And if someone else wants to have that 100 IV Metagross and trading comes, I would have to do everything I could to get it from their possession, whether it be willingly or unwillingly. But with all that being said, man, like, let's just keep going with this, okay? So, we've heard this before, but never from someone on the Pokemon Company front. Niantic CEO John Hanke has said time and time again that the team is thinking constantly about how to implement trading and one-on-one battles as having other members of the development studio. Dude, it's like the game has been out for over a year, man. It's like you gotta get the trading in. You gotta get the peer-to-peer battling in. Because the thing is, man, is that those are two of the biggest fundamentals in Pokemon history. Like the trading part, the battling part. It's like, I get it. We do have battling on some level when it comes to raid bosses, when it comes to gym battles. But dude, it's like, you're missing like the fucking coup de grace of that shit, man. You're missing out on the trading aspect, and you're missing out on the 1v1 battling aspect, because I want to take out the best, man, because I know I am the best. But, with that being said, bro, let's just keep fucking going with this shit. It has been slow going on actually implementing these features, however. With the introduction of raid battles in June, Pokemon Go finally has some semblance of a multiplayer mode more than a year after Niantic first teased the game. And see, here's the thing, man, is that raid battles, that is a fantastic start. I mean, here's the thing, man, is that now, because of raid battles, we have access to potentially getting legendary Pokemon. And the thing is that they're going to be, like, their IVs are going to be higher than average as if you were to catch a Pokemon in the wild, you know? But the thing is, man, is that raid battles are not trading. Raid battles are not peer-to-peer battling. Raid battles is a completely different kind of feature on its own, man. So, let's see what else we got going on here, man. But raid battles differ from the traditional multiplayer features that Pokemon fans are used to from the series' mainline games, and they continue to request them for the augmented reality mobile iteration, and they're referring to trading in 1v1 battles. That's the thing, man, is that shit needs to happen. Like, you have no idea how many players you would be making happy if that shit was to be planted in right now, right here, man. And the thing is, man, is that, like, when it comes to trading, bro, it's like, I got a lot of Pokemon waiting for me to be traded, you know? Like, I am just so damn excited. So please, trading, make that shit happen, man, because I really need trading out, and there's a lot of people that need trading too. And not to mention 1v1 player battles. That would also be sweet. That would be the creme de la creme de la creme as well. So the thing is, man, is that what is Pokemon Go doing? It's stalling for time. What is taking them so long? Make that shit happen. Why do you have any doubts? Do you have cold feet, man? There ain't no time for cold feet because this cool cat's always hot, man. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot more to talk about here in this article. Such as some tweets, for example. Let's check this shit out from Jennifer. It's like, at Niantic Labs, when will trading be access to Pokemon Go like it said in the first trailer before the release? Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like they fucking advertise that shit. They advertise player versus player and a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, and half the stuff that they advertise isn't even in the goddamn game. It's like, is that some form of false advertisement? Some sort of like false hope? Well, let's hope not, man, because they need to add that shit like now. Or at least get on the board and get on the ball and start rolling out updates that allow that shit to happen. And we have FaZe saying, it's been over a year and still no trading available? Seriously? I agree with you, man. It's like, how the hell do these tweets not have more likes and all that stuff? Because that, like, they bring up really solid points. And even Carlos is like, as a Pokemon Go player, when will you guys add trading between trainers? Me and my friends are waiting to trade with each other. Yes, you're singing my praise, man, because here's the thing is that I am waiting for trading to happen. I am waiting for trading to take place because I need those 100 IV Pokemon. And my friend Jason, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon I want to get for him, and by hook or crook, I'm gonna get it for him. See, that's a part of me being a villain, is that, you know, like, I have to get those Pokemon for him because he is my best friend and I go out of my way and do anything for, you know what I mean? And there's also a few other people in my close circle of Pokemon group friends that I would do the same thing for. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just trading and Pokemon Go player versus player battling needs to happen. Like, who's all with me? Make it happen. Make it happen. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going here. There's a lot more to talk about. The differences between Pokemon Go and the handheld games on which it's based have only become more and more oblivious. Pokemon Go hinges on the outdoor experience, with Niantic's interest lying in more in forging real-life community bonds than in-game ones. That's clear from events like July's Pokemon Go Fest, disastrous it may have been, and the upcoming Safari Zones, which will be smaller-scale live events across Europe. And see, that is another reason why trading needs to take place, because you've got these regional exclusive Pokemon that like, there's a lot of us that don't have. So, if, you know, people are visiting from different parts of the world, and they happen to have that shit, and they happen to be missing Pokemon that you have, well, bada boom, that right there's a reason to add trading into the room. How you doing? But, with that said, man, let's just keep going with this. I am on a fucking roll, okay? So, collecting Pokemon by actually adventuring around the world is idealistic, so trading could fill a need for more isolated players in theory. Also, I can't even fucking talk, okay? Although spoof Pokemon remain a concern, as does the idea that some Pokemon could capitalize on the feature by selling their rare Pokemon to others, many completionists seem on board with making exclusive Pokemon more accessible. And see, that's the thing, man. I am not going to argue against or deny that shit, that trading could open up a very, very bad black market. It's like they could have spoofed Pokemon and claim that they got it legit. And, you know, it could be like, oh, these are 100 IVs, but, you know, you're not going to get that shit unless you sell them for $5. Or how about $10? How about $20 kind of thing. The thing is, man, is that, like, nothing in life comes easy and nothing in life comes guaranteed to be 100% foolproof and safe. I mean, Pokemon Go is a very big example of that, and yes, trading may, in fact, cause that shit to happen, but see, that's why Pokemon Go needs to step up their game, and they need to take down these spoofers and all that stuff. Let me see, here's the thing, is that, like, I've already made my opinions clear on spoofing and all that shit. I am not gonna regurgitate that shit, but it's like Pokemon Go, Niantic, John Hankey is suit-wearing rich-ass CEO. It's like, you recognize there's all these problems, and yet all you're doing is sitting and bitching about it and not even doing anything about it. So, how about you get off your rich ass and you start doing something about it, man? So that way, with trading and player versus player happen, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but because of your guys' resistances and your guys' ways of handling that shit, the likelihood of those things going wrong is gonna be slimmed way down. I'm talking more slim than a Slim Jim, baby. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going with this. I have a feeling we're almost done, but let's keep going. Stay with me, man. As much as I love to travel around the world and catch Pokemon, I simply don't have the means right now. Alex V2 said in a Reddit thread posting the question of whether trading is necessary for the game. Trading would give me the opportunity to complete my decks by trading with people who have visited those places. I'm sure many people are in the same boat as me and are relying on trading to complete their decks, and I 100% agree with that shit, man. In fact, I'm 110 on board with that, man. And the thing is, man, is that, like, there's a lot of people that share the same sort of sentiment as you do. And here's the thing, is that somebody like me who's always working practically every single day, it's like we don't have time to be traveling to places, not to mention I don't have the money either. So it's like, yeah, that is another reason why trading needs to happen, because there's freaking cool cats like me that are in the same sort of position where we don't have the times or the means to be able to travel to different places to get these regional exclusive Pokemon. So that is another reason why trading needs to happen, is because of a time factor, a money factor, and not to mention it's like the exclusivity, the exclusive factor, you know? It's like there's a lot of things that would be really good to take place once trading commences, you know? Like, when you add trading in, once you add 1 versus 1, man, it's like you're gonna have a lot of positive reinforcement and feedback. I will almost guarantee it, man. So, with that said, at the same time, Niantic has made it clear that Pokemon Go players will still need to meet up in order to trade. That seems to defeat the purpose that hardcore players have for a trading feature. It also, again, emphasizes the local live focus that Pokemon Go has had since launch. Niantic wants players to actually get out there and, pardon the pun, go. Ha ha, you're no comedian. If people can just stay at home and have a complete Pokédex, Niantic fails on delivering the long-term experience promised by the game. You're right and you're wrong about that, because here's the thing, man, is that, like, there's absolutely no way that you are going to be able to get all Pokemon by trading, because there are Pokemon that you gotta go out for and you gotta walk around and you gotta get them, you know? Because here's the thing, man, is that, like, when it comes to trading, it's like we don't even know if it's gonna have experience points. We don't know if they're gonna give you candy or things like that. But see, here's the thing, though, is that, like, if trading was to take place, man, it's that, like, you know, it's gotta work on both sides, man. It's like you have to be able to have enough experience and have enough time to be able to get up and go, level yourself up, and get these Pokemon that's worthwhile trading for. And the thing is that, like, when it comes to trading, it doesn't exactly defeat the purpose, because here's the thing, is that, like, you know, people like myself, it's like, I have practically almost every single Pokemon that you can get, but it's like, you know, the regional exclusive Pokemon, that's what I need, man. I've already done my time, and same with a whole bunch of other players, you know what I mean? It's like, trading does need to happen so that we can complete the Pokédex by obtaining the regional exclusive Pokemon that only seemingly can be caught would be either through trading, if they were to release that, or if we were to somehow be able to have the time and the money to travel. But the thing is, man, is that the latter obviously seems like less of a possibility, because when it comes to people like me, man, when there's bills, when there's time constraints, all that shit, I don't have the time or money to be doing that, you know what I mean? So, you know what? It's like, yes, I understand. It's like I said, there's always going to be downfalls. There's always going to be, negative responses. There's always going to be flaws when it comes to any sort of feature. You know, people are always going to find a reason to complain. But see, here's the thing, though, man, is that when it comes to trading, when it comes to player versus player, man, like, you guys are going to be adding so much coolness back into the game. Not that it wasn't uncool, man, because I'm a hardcore Pokemon Go player through and through, but believe me, man, you would be doing a lot of people a good service if you were to do exactly that here and now. So with that said, man, let's keep going with this. So as for battling, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon Go's version thus far simplifies the more tactical, complex form of fights in the original game. While Pokemon in the mobile game still have different stats and movesets, tapping a screen to claim victory seems less satisfying than deploying attacks in a thoughtful manner. Not entirely sure what they mean by that, but it's because here's the thing, man, is that Pokemon Go is an app. It doesn't exactly compare to main series games because of the different functionalities and all that stuff, but it's like, you still do what you gotta do, man, and sure, you know, tapping the screen over and over again to launch attacks and do all that crazy stuff. The thing is, man, is that, like, it's like I said, it's an app. It's like, it's limited to what you can do, but that doesn't mean that the limitations of that can carry over when it comes to holding back the main features that we are looking for, such as trading and player versus player. And I would love to be able to get my claws on a whole bunch of 100 IV Pokemon, have an all-out battle with my friend Jason with 100 IV Pokemon, and, you know, just be able to have fun at that. You know, win or lose, it's all about having fun, as was demonstrated in the past when it comes to live battles between me and my bro on Pokemon Showdown, that is, not Pokemon Go. I'm hoping that Pokemon Go will introduce battles sometime, man, because here's the thing, Jason's coming down to visit me next week, man. It's like Pokemon Go's gotta get their shit together, because if trading comes out and it requires for you to be in the same vicinity, face to face, who knows when we're gonna see each other again, man? So it's like, that shit has to happen now. But then again, if trading does not have that kind of requirement, man, where you can trade from afar, well, then that might be a little bit of a different story. Okay, go ahead and take your time, but still, move your asses! But with that said, we know very little about PvP battles and trading. We'll look into Pokemon Go. But the thing is, man, is that, dude, I am honestly just so very excited for these features just by even talking about that shit. Like, it is absolutely amazing. So, let me try this again. We know very little about how PvP battles and trading will look in Pokemon Go, though, so it may be unfair to speculate. But with the game already steadfast about focusing on the real-world experience, consider that certain Pokemon are locked into specific regions and legendary monsters available only for a limited time. Adding features that ignores this primary facet may seem a bit what? A bit counterproductive? Are you serious? No, fuck no. Here's the thing, man, is that, like, trading is not making, oh my god. What, like, okay, here's the thing, is that, like, it would be, it's not counterproductive, because here's the thing, is that, like, there's regional exclusive for a reason, okay? Is that, like, number one, you gotta travel to that region to be able to get them. But when trading comes, or if trading was to come, man, is that, like, it would be so much easier. And not to mention, okay, like, when it comes to people not being able to travel because of time constraints, because of money, and trading was to come and they were to get those regional exclusive Pokemon, everybody's happy. It's like, here's the thing, man, is that, like, you know, so many people are clamoring and clanging and banging about, oh man, it's like trading's gotta come because I want to get myself a Kangaskhan or a Mr. Mime, you know? And the thing is, man, is that, like, there's a lot of Pokemon that I want to get too, man. And not just 100 IV Pokemon, man. I'm talking about Kangaskhan, talking about Mr. Mime, talking about Farfetch'd, because the thing is, man, is that, like, if you were to add in trading, you know, the idea of filling your Pokedex would not be so far-fetched. Okay, that was a bad pun. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, that being said, as lovers of the original Pokemon games, we can't totally complain about Pokemon Go moving more in their direction. See? There you go. It's like, I really honestly think that Pokemon Go would be doing everybody a service by adding in player versus player, and trading. Like, they need to add trading in, man, because the thing is that, like, there are people that are just waiting to have access to Pokemon that they want but can't get. And in my situation right here, having access to 100 IV Pokemon that I want but can't yet get and are waiting for me to be traded to. And the thing is, man, is that the same can be said about my friend Jason, because here's the thing, is that I said I was going to be going out of my way to be getting him 100 IV Raikou, 100 IV Entei, 100 IV Crobat, because the thing is, man, is that, you know, Crobat to him is Suicune to me. Crobat is the reason why Jason exists in the game, and I'm trying to validate his existence by getting him that 100 IV Crobat. So the thing is, man, is that, like, if I was to get it before he does, and I want trading to come out so I could give it to him as a gift. Hell, if it even has a terrible moveset, I will power up the movesets with my own TMs, man, even though TMs are really hard to get these days. I don't care, because, you know, if this, I want this to be the perfect Crobat for my bro, okay? Because he's doing the same thing for me when it comes to Suicune, okay? So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about all this shit? Like, this is just absolutely insane right now. I didn't expect myself to get so aggressive during this response video, but god damn it, man, it's like, what the fuck? But let me know what you guys think about this shit in the comment section down below. I will also leave the link to this article in the description box down below. So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, filled with hype, filled with rage, and filled with a whole bunch of intensity all around. And yes, I'm sweating like a fucking pig again, because that's the kind of shit that happens when you trigger the aggression inside the Mega Crasher Canadian Destroyer, you know what I mean? With that said, guys, thank you guys all very much for watching this video, and I will see you next upload! And I'm losing my voice again, god